Hi.
We just had a conversation, Troy.
I know. You guys, welcome back to Troy and Zach Chaotic. I am Troy.
And I'm Zach. Chaotic. Last name chaotic, you know.
Yeah, surname.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Um, I'm so excited for this. We are watching Britney's "I Can't Get No Satisfaction" performance from her Oops tour, which for whatever reason I feel like the Oops tour gets severely overlooked.
It's just because it was followed up by something so monumental like Dream Within a Dream, right?
Right. It's crazy to think about, but she was on a straight up constant tour album cycle for what, 5 straight years?
This was the third tour, but like, yeah, since '99, this was her third tour, like in a row. Like there wasn't any, a couple of months in between at most,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That's psychotic.
It is. And between this one and Dream Within a Dream tour, there was like no time at all almost. Everybody was worried that she was going to burn out. So they were getting her like as much as they could, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were like milking that success as much as they could, not realizing that she was going to be this long lasting
Yeah.
superstar.
It's so crazy that they looked at her as like a flash in the pan when
Mm-hmm.
each time she released something, it was like monumental for
Yeah.
one thing. And also, it's weird that at a certain point, nobody thought, like, you know what? Let's just give her a break. Because it
Yeah.
seems like she's good to, like, she's down. She's down to perform. She's down to record. She's down to, like, have her image used in whatever we want it to be used in. So let's just give her a break. She's not gonna tap out anytime soon. You know what I mean?
She's just they give her a month off. She's like, I think I don't want to be a pop star anymore.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
that gravy train gone.
It's also just so weird to think, like you brought up, that she very quickly went on the Dream Within a Dream tour after this, and it's weird. Like Britney feels so different, not in a
Yeah.
bad way, but like between album cycles, she feels so different, and like the way she sort of grew just as
Hmm.
a person was so different. But it wasn't like that. Not that much time had passed at all.
Not much time at all. You usually get an artist releasing an album, right? And then it's like a year and a half to 2 years before we get that tour. Like they'll release the tour dates like
Right.
so far in advance. And her, it was just like, yeah, the album, and then I'll be on tour in a month. It was
Yeah.
crazy. And there really wasn't any time for her to kind of go through a metamorphosis and evolve into like a new, between Oops and between Britney. Like that's a
Mhm.
whole different stylistic change. And there was no time for that, but it happened, right?
It happens in the yeah, like the other day I was looking at, I actually sent my friend Katie these two pictures, and I was like, these two pictures are like 2 years apart.
Yeah.
And it was one from 99 of her, like straight up baby girl,
Hmm.
and then in 2001, and it was like one of the like Slave for You, like her Brits photos, where it's like in sepia tone, and she's got her
Yeah.
shirt tied up with the little like gem thing right here to keep it up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it's like, I was like, how is this the same person, first of all? And secondly, how is this a couple years apart? What?
I always compare myself at any given age to what Britney was doing at that age. So
Yeah,
right now, I
totally.
guess I'm in my circus era. But she was 18 years old when she did this performance we're about to watch.
Yeah.
18.
And had taken over the world. Like,
Oh
was
my
it
gosh.
completely, had the world in the palm of her hands as
Hmm.
an 18-year-old kid. Was like steamrolling this insane, uncharted career territory, all of it.
This tour was pretty successful. It made like $43 million. This was her first tour to go to Europe, which was super exciting for her. She was pretty excited for it. She's like a fucking superstar here. They had like
Yeah.
props, and
Yeah.
the stage. It didn't have a runway, but we had like the
Right.
moving pole. I love the
Oh my
moving pole,
god. Yeah.
And then we talked because we just did Overprotected a couple days ago, from the Dream Within a Dream tour, and we were talking about her bodysuits. And this
Mm.
we brought up this bodysuit in it, and I love this one. This one really highlights um like I guess her body changes from album cycle to album cycle as well. And
Yeah.
it's not anything I ever really like put a lot of thought into, but like you think of her body during the Britney era. She had a lot of muscle packed on, right? Like
Oh
she was
yeah,
pretty muscular. Like she was in the gym. And this one, she's still a little bit lanky. You know, she's
yeah,
got a great figure and all that, but she hadn't yet reached like physical peak.
right.
Hmm.
She hadn't reached her like all for you Janet body. You know what I
Oh my
mean? Like,
gosh.
you know what I mean? Like she's still just such like a young, spry, sort of athletic gymnast girl. Like,
Yeah, you see that too.
you know what I mean? And she's
Hmm.
operating. I have to stop saying you know what I mean, by the way. Enough of that. Like literally, I'm not even kidding. Enough. But I was gonna say she is her energy during this tour specifically is she's operating at a level that only a young person, you know, when you
Yeah.
look at young people and you're like, God, how do you run so much? How are
Hmm.
you just running the entire day? This is like an 18-year-old's,
Yeah.
but I mean, she's just insanely energetic. It's crazy.
I always have to remind myself that too. I'm like, Brittany was doing this, she was doing all this, and I have to like pull myself back and be like, Zachary, she was 18 years old. You were 27
Yeah.
now. Like your bones are
Yeah.
they're crickety now. You know.
Right. We're entering our AARP era.
Yeah, we do tend to forget. Like we talk, her body was so great, and she had like the washboard abs and everything, and her abs were like who said it, like the most valuable square inch of real estate. That was like Diane Sawyer, right?
Diane Sawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. The monster.
But she also had the metabolism to go with it, and so let's all
Right.
remember that.
Right. Yeah. But no, it's
Absolutely.
crazy to see
Yeah.
like just how intensely she's moving across the stage. And I
Hmm.
will say this is not like obviously not a dig at Britney, but Britney performs different when she's doing a live vocal. And
Yeah.
let's talk about the fact that the Oops tour is a live vocal tour.
And hey, we're about to get into some
Okay.
live vocals here. I even went
Okay.
and read some of the critic reviews, and they were talking about her live vocals, and they noted that because I was looking for somebody to say she sings deeper when she's doing live, and
Uh-huh.
somebody said it because she does. She's a
So
deeper
yeah.
singer. Yeah,
She just gives there's a different vibe
yeah.
when Britney is performing an intense live vocal and you get those little ad libs and her going like woo and like all of that stuff. It's so
During
good.
this concert, she does so many of these because you can tell she's still trying to also perfect the. Because nobody can convince me that they didn't teach her to sing a certain way, and
Right.
she's also trying to perfect that while also like going back to her, singing Whitney Houston, before she was famous.
Right.
It still hasn't gotten, it's not perfected yet, and so you hear her kind of doing the little
Yes. Yes.
like
Yes. The
hiccups at the end
squeaks.
of
Yes.
squeaks at the end
Yes.
of every word, man. So it's good.
Absolutely. 1000%. There's so many squeaks. You know, I love like a squeak. I
Yeah.
love like a voice weird thing, like an Ashley Simpson rasp. And like I love all of that stuff. So I love the little squeaks. And
Yeah.
you know, it's like it's really lightning in a bottle because this was also before they had allowed the Britney voice to damage her voice.
Mm,
And her voice is still so intense here.
yeah.
You know, like she's still it's
She
just
could
a
do
great.
something. She could do something. I can't wait till we get to her doing "Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know" during the Dream Within a Dream tour
Oh my
because it's
god.
so. I listen to that all the time because it's so deep and you can
Yeah.
hear her voice is like there and it's still really really nice.
I did read somewhere, I don't know if it was TMZ or something, which like, TMZ,
Yeah.
but somebody had reported that she was like really interested in taking voice lessons and
Mhm.
like starting dance classes. And I think it would be really cool if she took voice lessons and retrained her voice to sing however she
Yeah.
wants.
And like it's not even a question of like, oh, isn't she like too far in her career for something like that? People do that all the time. People
Totally.
like retrain their voices all the time from album to album. She could totally go in and do that and kind of figure out like who she is at this point as an artist,
Right.
right? Like who is Britney Spears now as an artist? And what is she gonna sound
1000%.
like? So I hope she does do that. But we still got the hiccups and the squeaks here.
We do. We
And
do.
I love them, and I'm excited to listen to them.
Well, you want to watch? Are you
I guess
ready?
so, Troy. I guess so.
Okay. Should I
Okay.
count us down?
You should, yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know why I get so nervous for the countdown. That's the thing I'm the most nervous about. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Three, two, one.
Na, 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 na,
Oh
na, na,
God, this
na,
song is
na.
also so super underrated, I feel.
Yeah. Mm,
I also feel like we should mention that this stage is just so Y2K. The
absolutely.
the metal ball that comes down and all of it is just so millennium.
It is just all of the pop stars were really focusing on like the new millennium.
Yeah.
It's like everything's silver. Everybody's got spiked hair, right? This is what we're all gonna look like in 40 years.
We're in the digital age.
It's so perfect. But there's so much character and life in it, right? Like, look at all of
Yeah,
this.
it's amazing.
Yeah, pop is so boring now. Or I hate being that person too. I hate that. But
It is though,
it's true.
and it takes itself really serious. You know.
Hmm. I also wonder what like the costume budget was here because I know within Dream Within a Dream tour they must have like substantially upped it, but this
Yeah.
catsuit doesn't look like it was that expensive to produce.
No, yeah, it looks just like we said, creative and sort of handmade. You know,
Yeah,
hand glitzed and all that stuff.
and so perfect though, so
So
perfect.
perfect. She sounds incredible.
My goodness, Troy, it was a good one. You picked a good one.
Right?
And the stage
Oh
is
my
so
God.
iconic because I guess she was on like a similar sort of stage from concert to concert up until Dream Within a Dream tour. So like all of it
Right.
is like kind of similar elements, and she's got the big screen in the middle, and it is so iconic.
Yeah.
Like it is like the marker for an era.
That's so true. I guess I've never really thought about that. Like the fact that them changing the stage for Dream Within a Dream was like such a big deal. Also, we have to obviously discuss the hair.
Oh,
This
absolutely.
this is a good hair moment.
Yeah. When did she go blonde? When did she go like this blonde?
Oh God.
It had to have been this year, right? Because she was
I think so.
even still at the VMAs like a couple months before this. She still had like a little bit of brown in her hair, right?
For sure. Yeah, it must have been 2000 that she went like bleach blonde.
Mm.
Oh
I
God.
know. I just want to whip my hair and do all that. And
No,
it's so
I-
different too because it's not gone into like the Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson sort of styling, right?
Right.
But it's still like this is what I call her limb dancing. She's using a lot of limbs all the time. Like a leg kick,
Yes.
an arm, like, just like everything.
It's still very based in her being a gymnast and like an athlete,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which was one of the things I think was so cool about her as an artist, that her dancing was just kind of like, obviously she had taken dance classes forever,
Mhm.
but it's because she was a gymnast,
Yeah.
you know?
And then we get into a dance break. Oh, I love a Britney dance break.
It's so
Give me
good.
25 minutes of a dance break.
Honestly, she brings a different energy to a dance break. She's like so excited for it because it's like different, you know?
Yeah. And she doesn't have to sing. Like she
Right.
can just yell some stuff out intermittently.
Exactly.
Because you know her ass is tired. I'm looking at her and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Right?
I need some Whataburger.
It's a lot. So good though.
And
I
that
just
was that. Yeah.
really want to give justice to the Oops tour because, like we said, it just
We'll definitely have to do more of it. We'll have
Yeah.
to do more of it. And then, so, hold on. This is, I can't get into satisfaction. Don't Go Knocking on My Door was right before this then. Okay. I'm not a big fan of Don't Go Knocking on My Door choreography. I like most of it. I hate when she does the, like the little cat thing. It's like, I'm not a fan of that. But,
yeah. It's not my favorite for sure, especially from that tour. There's so many moments from that tour that are just crazy. Like
mhm.
wait, is Don't Go Knocking on My Door where she starts with the cowboy hat?
No, that is, what you see is what you get.
What you see is what you get.
Mhm.
The pole and the cowboy. I mean, that was a moment where they were like, let's just
Iconic.
push it and see how far. Like, let's get up on a stripper pole and see if anybody
Yeah.
says anything. You know?
One of the, speaking of those critics who in their review, somebody said that stage probably came from Madonna's tours. Like y'all are such
Yeah.
haters. Y'all are
It's,
just
like,
trying.
so-
She's 18. Stop talking about her like that. Do you remember Miley doing at the Kids' Choice Awards her ice cream cone like stripper pole?
Yes. It's like it's so funny. Like that performance now is like so
Hmm.
old, right? Of Miley, but like the descendants of Britney, just like
Oh,
the
yeah,
trickle down
absolutely.
effect of Britney all over the place. One thing that I really am excited to kind of, I guess, get across in us doing this together is
Yeah.
there's obviously an acknowledgement in the fact that Britney's dance ability and dance style changed throughout her career, and like we know now that there were so many elements to that, right?
Yeah.
There was so much involved, and it kind of like ages me a little bit when I see younger people like just pop on, something from Femme Fatale, and I'm like, no, 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 wait, like I want to explain, like hold on a
I want
second.
to explain.
Let me tell you why this is not maybe gonna be, like I want to like explain it. So this
Yeah,
is, selfishly
absolutely.
why
Because
I'm excited to do this.
I don't like when I've seen plenty a Femme Fatale tour clip surface online with somebody saying she was the best dancer of her time. I'm like, don't do that one. Don't do that
No,
though.
oh my
That's
god.
I don't want to say the hold it against me spin, the twirl.
Oh
You
my
know,
god.
like she's fine. I'm not gonna hate on her during this time.
Right.
It has its place, Femme Fatale. But
Sure.
let me take you back to the "Oops, I Did It Again" tour. How about that? Let me show you something in
Yeah.
the purple cat suit.
Yes. Like, let's pull up a VMA or something. I can't. Let's not do that. Please.
Yeah.
It's painful. And then read the comments. It's like literally, it's like the internet is not a place for me.
No, not really. You say that, and you're all over the internet. That's your whole thing. That's your whole gig.
It's my
Troy,
literal
Troy,
livelihood.
I don't do the internet. You don't listen to my podcast.
I'm 40 of them.
Did you go see this one in person?
I did.
Of course you did. Is there any of them that you didn't? Let me. I guess that's the
Yeah.
question. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't see Oops. I did not see the 99, like the In Sync one.
Okay.
I didn't see more of them than I saw. Um, and then Onyx, I
Mm.
my family knows not to bring up because Britney canceled it 15 minutes before it started, and I don't want to talk about that.
That's okay. We'll
And
talk
I still
about it
love
when
her
we
for it.
when we bring on Accept. We'll talk about it. I
Okay.
guess, right?
Okay.
Well, I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you weren't there for the NSYNC one because I could picture a little Troy, never seen Britney Spears before, in love with
Yeah.
NSYNC, just like you little bitch, Britney, get off, get off the stage.
It would have been the total opposite. I would have been throwing like
I know,
tomatoes at
probably.
NSYNC.
It's okay.
Totally.
It's
But yeah, I
okay.
did see this tour, and I remember she was like, I remember just being like, wow, she's really like killing it.
Yeah.
She was dancing really hard for whatever reason during our leg of that tour, and she had some live vocal moments. And she brought Sean Preston out on stage.
Did she really?
Yeah, he was like baby. I mean, he
Mm.
was like he came out and just did this.
I love that. This is another reason I love this tour, right? Because she includes the audience. She's still doing that thing where, like, what would you do to meet Britney? Right?
Yeah.
And, like,
Yes.
I want you. It's going to be really crazy to run like a chicken. That is so fucking corny
It's
now.
like, oh my gosh, guys, do you think he can do it?
And they did it and he made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
do love that too.
iconic. We'll have to revisit more of these. We got a question for the people, though. What is the
Oh yeah.
question?
Okay. What is the question for this one?
What would
Um
you do to meet Brittany? Got to come up with something good, and we're gonna decide the winners.
yeah, like what truly foolish thing would you do? Like what kind of embarrassment would you put yourself through publicly to simply meet Britney Spears?
Anything.
Literally, name it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.